Alright, I think we're live. It's a little bit later in the day than I normally would start, but that's okay. Um, so, we're going to try to make Atlantis. That was a request by my daughter. She wants to have this. Um, I'm going to do my best. Basically, it means we're going to make a lot of prefabs. And what I actually am going to try to do is start to understand how dungeons are made and making like procedural dungeons. And so we're going to be basically making and using a lot of prefabs this week, and that should be fun. First, though, as you can see, I've already learned how to bring in a prefab and place it in the world. That took some time, actually, because apparently when you're calling a path, you actually have to put down this extension, which I didn't understand at first. Before, I just had it looking like this, because every other instance I've seen is like this, where there is no file extension. I've never seen one like Hytale's pre-made biomes that I have been referencing this whole time does not use a single file. They always use folders. So if you want to use a folder, it's like this. Which wait. Oh, that's because of this, right? I was wondering why I had that my bar down here. Anyway, so if you want to use a folder like this, and then basically it will call anything within this folder. So I guess it randomly selects an equal, an equal probability of any of the files in this folder, and it will bring it up. It'll plop it into the world. So yeah, that's how I didn't understand that that was a folder, so I always tried to do this when really what you wanted was the extension to call a single file. And that makes sense. Of course, you need to differentiate between calling a folder and calling a file. I was a little confused on all of that. So I've solved it though. I understand it now, and now I'm able to call whatever prefabs I made. Basically, all I have to do is put them into a prefabs server under your what's it called, under your own mod folder. You're going to have the server folder with your manifest. Under server, you're going to have prefabs. So here I've been working with the Hytale generator this whole time for all the biomes that I've made. Well, actually, I've only made one. Now we're starting a second one, right? We're going to make a biome, and we're going to realms, right? This is the one that I've been working on. All the ones I've been working on, Jungle 57, and now Atlantis 186. So yeah, we're doing prefabs, and we're going to call it Atlantis, and everything in here is what I'm going to be using. I just have ruins. This was merely just a testing folders. I'm not sure how I'm going to organize these. I think I do need to make sure I organize them very specifically, because what's going to be fun, what I'm really going to be interested in how to implement is to make a randomized kind of infinite city that, I don't know, I'm going to pull that up to get rid of that image. Whatever advertisements Windows is trying to put onto my computer, which is crazy. Crazy how the world's gone with all the advertisements. All right. Anyway, so basically, I'm going to make it grid-like at first because that'll be the easiest way to implement some of these things. I'll probably have to figure out a way to, even though it'll be locked onto a grid, it'll look more natural. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with the grid. That's the way I will think about how I'm going to implement this. Essentially, so what we have here, we already have a mesh generator, right? I'm not going to go through how those work because there's lots of videos already that I've been using, or I've been working with them for a while now, and you can look at those if you need help. If I have this grid, right, it's going to allow me to essentially, here, let's just do it like this and just kind of copy paste this. What? No. Oh my gosh. All right. That's right. Paint is not the best way to do this, but that's right. Why? Where's my rectangle? Alright. So I'm going to have grids, right? I'm basically going to make a grid city like this. And then I will have a subgrid, because when you do these prefab props or these constant assignments, right? So basically, every assignment that I make, I can do a field function assignment. And this field function can be, or do I want a field function? See, position cell noise, right? I can do a position cell noise density. And that position cell noise can be another mesh. So I'm pretty sure if I set this up correctly, I can have my field, these assignments, these field function assignments, be grids within grids within grids. And so I'll have an overlaying grid for the entire world. And then within one of those grids, I can break it up into as many pieces as I want. Let's say like a 3x3 or something. So I can, in here, I can do a 3x3. Like that. Okay. And so then I can assign different prefabs here as well. So let's say like this is a city block. And on the city block, I want like a park in this section, and a house in this section, and then some other things, right? I don't know if I can randomize these. I think I can. I probably am able to, because what I can do is with these field assignments is get a, is underneath, yeah, here, I can return a density curve, and that density curve I can do another like simplex noise, right? So the simplex noise, I can make this noisy, and depending on the whatever random number, basically I can use this as a random number generator, and whatever it assigns, I can just put my parks here, or my houses, or whatever, what have you, right? So I can do a city block that is randomized into smaller parts, and I can do this over and over again for every city block, and that is the current plan. We'll see how that actually works. But for now, let's actually, before I do all of this is going to be crazy. Before I do all of this, let's, oh man, I should have done that first. Oh well. Let's first redo all of this, right? This is I've just copy pasted the previous round, so I'm basically just going to delete all of this. Right? We don't need any of this anymore. The assignments, the material providers have to change too. But basically, all I want to do is create a perfectly flat world. I think. How am I going to do this? I mean, it should be very simple, right? I just want a curve mapper, right? Yeah, that's all I need is a curve mapper, because this will determine my height, right? Inputs will be, what's it called? Base height density. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And so the curve will be manual curve, point 0. At 0, I want 1, right? Now, I think these empty ones can be a fluid, right? Although I think the non-empty ones can also be fluids. So I'll figure, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out like right now anyway. I want water immediately, so what we'll do is we'll just go from 0 to 1. I mean, from 1 will be of 0 will be full, and then we'll go up to 100. 100 will be that, and then after that will be here. These are good. All right, we're gonna save this. Oh wait, I need to first put my viewport. Hopefully this will just put it all into empty. No, that makes sense because I gave it no material providers. Yep, that's fine. Okay, material providers. Queue it. I mean, do we need that? Can't we just do a simple horizontal material provider from... Oh no, okay, we'll have to queue. Queue first, simple horizontal, top 1, bottom 0, material as... Is there a bedrock material? If not, we'll just do stone. And then next one will be from... Oh wait, no, that's right. 100 into 2. Material constant, and it will be fluid. Do I need to do fluid water? I think this will work. It did not like fluid water. What if I just do water? Oops. There we go. Although, why am I getting these weird sections here? Very, very bumpy. This is very strange. I mean, I have, this is stone, right? This is water. Why is it bumpy? How much it dips down? It's right 90 right now. What? I mean, is it because of this? That would be weird if it is. We can go up to like, I don't know, 110 then. Why is my water being placed like this? This is so weird. And it keeps getting pushed down. Oops, I need to have my chat open. There we go. Is it the water? Is the water getting compressed or something? Like I don't understand what's happening. I mean, what if we just do this from like, I don't know, 20 to 0? And go to 20. How is that going to change it? Because we have more of that. I could just look at how it's being implemented in here. There it goes. There it goes. Falls down. Let's overlap them so that way this goes to 5, maybe 10, and then we'll just do one bottom one for water. So hopefully if they overlap, it will have already assigned these as stone, and it won't compress it. I don't know if that's going to help at all. If that even does or makes sense. Does anything or makes sense? No, but still having issues. I don't get it. Okay, well, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna open up one of theirs. However, ocean. There we go. Ocean's open. Terrain material provider, right? Water source. What if I change it to water source? And I know they have this as their empty blocks, and I guess that also kind of makes sense, but it doesn't really matter for me at the moment. It just doesn't matter. So we're just gonna open this back up to biomes, realms, Atlantis, water source. Maybe that's why. So if it's not a water source, it can compress. Where is it? Oh, no, that's not it. Water source. Source block. Save it now. Okay, that was all it was. It just needed to be a source block. Oof. Glad we have it. Alright. So now we have our very simple terrain generator, because this is all we need. Don't need to do anything else other than make a bunch of water. The magic will come from these. Alright, all this needs to go away too. I'm gonna make assignments as well, so I'll learn how to do that during this week. That would be really good and helpful. What we're gonna do here is just place this on rock, right? So it's rock, stone. Oh, no, it won't be there though, because it's not solid, it's gonna be a water source. Not empty anymore, it's gonna be water. Is it okay with that? Doesn't seem like it's okay with that. Okay. Let's figure this out. We have water source, that this is the floor, is stone, the water source is the origin, I want to place it in the water source. This is the weight. Well, that's where I'm putting it. 0.0. I mean, I don't think this matches. Oh, it's because of the net here. 0 to what? No, 1 to like 100. It doesn't really matter because it all should be placed on the floor. So that's what's happening here. Here's the min. We just need the minimum of y. In fact, the scanner could be much smaller because we don't. It'll I think run faster. Yep, there we go. All right, got our stuff under the water. All right, and we're off to the races. So let's just make 4 of these ruins and see if we can do what I've been wanting to do. Because once I get the math settled, and once I get the creation of these cities and city blocks, these subgrids working, then all I have to do is just make a bunch of prefabs to populate it. But this is going to be the harder and more interesting part. Let's get a nice size for all these blocks of 2, because every prefab is going to need to be an exact size. Oh, excuse me. I'm thinking 5 just to make it the math easier. If I work in subgroups of 5, so the smallest unit might be 5 blocks wide, like this. This might be 5 blocks. City blocks, maybe they can be 20 wide. So 4 of these. Is that a good size for houses and stuff? So basically, I think I want to make modular houses as well. If I do that, that will be 4x4s, right? It'll be 4x4 for the houses, or the smaller blocks. Right, because it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, so I get a 20 by 20 block here. And each one of these would be 5 by 5. And then I can do something like in the middle here, build a house. If I'm doing houses. And then these 4 blocks, it'd be a 10 by 10. It's a small house. But I can probably get something to work like that. Maybe. I wonder if I should make first the prefabs then. Like, how big of a thing do I want? All right, yeah, let's make some prefabs. So I just need to do the world prefab editor. I think it's prefab editor. We're gonna go to browse Biome creation Atlantis rooms. To add to list. Oh, 1, if you anything add to list. Confirm. Load. Okay. So let's put both of these here. These are not even 4x4. So I'm working with marble bricks and marble stuff because I thought that would look cool. I don't know about the aesthetic of the place still. I'm kind of leaning toward the ancient Roman or ancient Greece idea of Atlantis. Oh, this is a 5 by 5, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this one will not work. This is too big. So I have to work even smaller. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is like going to be a single part of the house, right? If they are modular, I really need to make sure I get this right. They'll need to rotate depending on where they're facing, if it's northwest, east, and south, right? So let's just kind of copy how the what's it called? The model designer is. So if you work with Blockbench, it defaults the side that the model's facing to the south. Don't know why, but that's just how they do it. Maybe I'll copy that and just say, here's the south. Everything will be on the south, so I can make the corner, the corner of the house. Oh man. Like so. Right. So there's the corner of a house. Oops. And then we'll put like a kitchen here. Chef stove. And put a ruined, how about a ruined chair? Lost civilization chair, huh? But it doesn't look that ruined, does it? Okay. And then you can attach corals to it. Yes, I like that. And then get these rubble pieces. Okay, and then we'll get some cyan coral. Like that. Nice. Alright, and then what I can do is just simply select. Oops, select this. That's 5. Good. 5, perfect. And then we'll go 5. I don't want to go 5 tall. I think I should go 10 tall. Because I think this will make it. It'll just be easier if I work with columns, large columns. So if I have any kind of large buildings, I can build those whole buildings with columns. Unless, of course, I do something like larger 2-story buildings, then I might have to. Maybe I'll just do 5-foot cubes. Because a 5-foot cube, that will allow me to easily also increment the 5, or the Y, without use. Without having to worry about different sizes, because if I do multi-story buildings, I think I would like it to be 5-foot story, or 5-block stories. Yeah, I think this is good. Alright, so we're gonna do here, and now we're gonna do the replace thing, right? So we're gonna go replace, hopefully this will work, empty with fluid water. There we go. Except I don't think this will work. Because, look, all the corals are also still there. I'm pretty sure I need to place water first, and then do it. So let's try again. place it right there. Place food, water, with empty. Alright, no, deselect this. Alright, let's delete all. Let's delete it all. Delete. Except for the whole blocks. So decoration happens after. Oops. Decoration will happen after I put water here. Now I can replace empty, so here we go. Let's do empty, right? Replace empty with water, fluid. Now, I wonder if this is a water source. I mean, it looks like a water source block. Like, that's why I was a little confused by that. I'm pretty sure this is a water source block, since it's not collapsing everywhere. But it might not be. Let's replace water, fluid, water with fluid, water, source. Is none of that block type? Alright, well, we'll see. Delete this one now, and now we can do the things I was doing before. I don't have my kitchen. That's fine. Chef stove. And I place this here. Yes, and it will look okay. We're gonna put squirrel down. We can put another one there. Oh, I had it on top too. And then I had to pour these blocks there. Let's just put another big one right there. Alright, cool. Now. Oops. That way, this way. This is completely off. There we go. Okay. We're going to do prefab. Save as. What should we do? House kitchen? House kitchen. 01. I mean, I can change the names later, so it doesn't really matter. But we're going to do it like that. And then we're going to just. Where's my files? Prefabs. I'm pretty sure it saves them right here. Cut. We'll do house. We'll do a new folder house here, and then we'll do a kitchen. I want to make sure I do this right. Okay, kitchen. The organization of this is going to be important. Kitchen 001. Okay. Let's get back to here. How do I exit out of the prefab? I think prefab edit prefab exit. Go. Saves that, right? I could actually also work in here. I don't have to go to the editor. I forgot about that. And now let's see if this new one works. Atlantis ruins OB house. And then kitchen. Oops. And then exactly. Actually, I don't think I need to do anything else. I do want to take randomly from here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, it's already implemented it in a random direction. That's because I already have the directionality as random. This is why. Okay, this is going to be very important later. This directionality piece, it's how I'll make sure that they're all aligned into a house shape. Okay. So far, so good. Let's actually just build onto this. So if we're doing south facing, let's find one that's actually in the correct orientation. Right, like this one. All right, and let's build on next to it now. I like the look of marble under the water. That's why I chose it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. All right, here's the next part of the house. Okay. I don't know. What are we gonna put here? A living space. So maybe we'll go with like the furnace, because that's where their what's it called, fireplace was, and where they gathered around. Maybe we can even have a carpet. Is there a carpet or like a rug? Any rugs in this? Moss rug. Does that even work down here? I don't think I can even place this. Okay, I cannot place that. That's fine. Nope. I don't need it. It's okay. Rug, no carpets, no rugs. We don't need tapestries. Um, I mean, I can worry about decorations later, but I do absolutely want to figure out how to make, what is it called, dynamic or procedural houses. Alright, so let's keep going. Ooh, let's do some coral blocks. How about that? Let's just do some coral. Actually, no, this is what I want to do. This was a house, now it's coral. I mean, this was a wall, now it's just going to be coral. Right? That looks cool. Kind of. Coral has taken over, or rather, it's just like wrapped itself around the block. It looks like it's the whole wall, but I imagine the coral is kind of growing on top of the wall. That's how I think about it. We'll do some of these too now. Oh, that's nice. That's too many. That's good. I like it. You gotta add that verticality to it. Okay, that's better. I'll just place those here. Do we have anything else? That's probably it. Okay. Ores, soils. Cloth. I don't know, what would be in a living room? I don't have too many broken down pieces, you know? Yeah, the wood would be long gone. And if it was, like an Atlantis type situation where you have a ancient civilization gone for at least 100 years, there would be no wood. I can imagine like metal candle holders though, lasting. Beds. An altar. There would be altars probably. We can do an altar. Although it's don't have a whole lot of space here, huh? Why can't I put it there? It's a 2x4, that's why. A 2x3? Let's not do that there then. Let's go to a different place. This is fine. We're just testing it. Let's grab this. 5. Okay. And now we're going to save. Prefab. Save. And we're going to call this. House. Living. Okay. Again, we're going to need to go up here. We're going to need to make a house. We're going to need to make a new thing called living. We're going to do go back up. That's cut. Go back up. Mods, my mod, server, precaps, Atlantis, house, living, list. Okay. So let's just try to get this in here. We're going to export this floor pattern as the Atlantis floor. How about empty floor? We'll just do empty floor. Make it easier because maybe I'll want to change it afterwards. So yeah, let's do this now. Break this off, right? We're not doing constant settings. Yep. Oh, yep. We are going to do a field function. I'm going to copy and paste this though. We won't need this. We're just going to import a field pattern, right? Import a floor. Atlantis, sorry, my Atlantis floor. We're doing not the house, not the kitchen, living. And we don't actually want the random directionality too. We're gonna change that. Okay. Now, field function. We are doing a position cell noise density, right? Because we're going to break it up. So here we have blocks of 40. I will actually do we don't want any jitter. Should we do blocks of 40 still? No. We decided on 20. Let's do 20. That'll make it 4x4 of those. Okay. Position cell noise density. So now we have a grid of 20 things. Position cell noise. We're going to do this. And we're going to do this. Here, I want 5 blocks. With no jitter as well. Okay. Return type. This is going to be hard. I might need subgroups. Okay. I want to just keep going without having to think too much about this, but I'm already coming to the realization that so if I do this this cell noise density right now with the simplex, right? Return this simplex noise, right? If I just return this one right now, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a noise on this subspace here. And I'm not sure how to determine what's a house and what's a front yard or garden. I'm just going to call it garden because I also don't know if I can really differentiate between a backyard and a garden. Maybe I can actually, because depending on the distance, like I think it starts in the top left corner. And can I do a random orientation? Probably. Well, this will be fun. I think I can really layer this to the point where we can get really good randomization. But well, let's start with the basics, which is what I said before, right? I just mentioned that I really just want to continue without thinking too much about this, because if I think too much, it'll get super complicated. But yeah, let me just explain why it's going to get complicated. If I just return a simplex, I'm going to have, a number for each of these blocks. And how do I determine what is a kitchen and what is a living room? If I have like 0 to 0.1 as my kitchen, we could have like 3 kitchens in a row because those all might be between 0 and 0.1. So I'm not sure exactly how to break this down yet. So I might not return the simplex noise. I might just make it a repeated pattern at the moment in order to just see if I can make this work. So the return type is going to be, do we even need a return type? Okay, wait. So I want scale of x, right? I want the scale of 5 here. What this should do is give me a field function with the subgrid, right? The density of that subgrid is going to be random. I don't think it matters though right now. I don't think I need this return type. I think all I need to do is say field function. This field function delimiter, is that going to be, that's going to be here, huh? It might matter. And all right, let's just get this working because I need to make sure it works. So constant assignment, right? So if you're, let's just say if you're positive, you're going to be a kitchen. If you're negative, you're going to be the living. Okay. Actually, this is what I want right here. So right? I think so. I don't know how this simplex gets translated into a block of 0. It might be the same thing because I'm going to return the same density for every position, right? I don't want that. What is it that I want to return? Cell value? I don't want to return the distance either. What's the sell value? Alright, I'm gonna have to think a little bit about this before we continue. So, I have these subgrids, and it should iterate between, or for all of these, right? But each one, nothing. Alright. For each one, how do I create a random noise generator? So I think what I need actually, I want a field function. Yeah, I think so. Right now, I was going to be returning the same noise pattern. So if this was a noise pattern, it would be a noise pattern that would look exactly the same in every single one of these squares. And I don't think I'd be able to determine what, or I wouldn't be able to create a different prefab for each one. It'd just be the same prefab repeated over and over. What I want is a different prefab going across the whole thing, right? I just need to make a different line because these two lines are too similar. And that way I can look at this point here and this point here and be like, okay, I want to have a kitchen or a house depending on that point. Let's think. Function. What do I really want? Like I said, this one, right? I really want this one here. So I'm going to need to do one more layer, I think. Maybe this needs to be bigger. Because I want to be able to I have no idea. I wonder what the sell value would return. If I do the X value, I'm pretty sure X value density is going to give me the density of that, which I think it's going to be all the same, right? Because the density I've put here is, I think that's whatever this density is, right? And it's going to be always the same thing. So I don't think I want to return that. Sell value. Sell value, though, can be anything. Let's just throw this in here and see what happens. Just to say, just to see what happens. I have a feeling that it might not even work. Okay, no. So we have to look at this very methodically. Go to the corner. It did. We don't want it to be a random directionality anymore. That will be difficult. We want it to be a pattern directionality. No, we don't want it to be a pattern directionality. Like, this is actually going to be this. I want to really, I really need to figure out how to do this correctly. Later. Okay. So now they're all going to be the same. Which, this is south facing, of course. To the top. It didn't change it yet, though, did it? Because these are all different. Oh, that I still made it random for these. That's why. This needs to be static. Okay. Now let's see what we have here. Why is this? This is 2 blocks from there. Why is this 2 blocks from here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have a distance tool. Tools for the laser pointer, ruler. I like it. Except I can't hit the corner. Why can't I touch that corner? I need this corner. Is that the corner? It is the corner. That looks funky. Alright. How do I make this stop counting? Right click again. This looks weird. You know what? We're going to do the old-fashioned way because that messed up. How to make it stop? I think you can bring this with L, place measure point for target location, and the current measurement line. Shift equals snap your right click on the existing point, picking up the movement. Q to delete the hover point. Q, 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 Q. There are places are. Okay. 6, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then it makes another 2 by 2. So that is 20. We are making curves of 20. So within our 20 by 20 cells, which we made, this is a 5 by 5. It's likely has to do with the placement of. Let's go down now. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. I mean, oops. Does this matter too much? Because basically, it looks like I could just drag this and put it there, and that will be the exact 20 by 20 block. This grid might just not align with my viewport, which is fine. Like, it doesn't really matter. So I think this is working as intended. What I want to do, though, it only placed one of these, right? Because it went to here. Okay, it's even though I made these 5, it's not creating like a subgrid using this. You want a field function assignment. And that field function assignment I don't think we want cell noise, do we? Cell noise. No. No, we don't. I think we definitely want it to be like this. The cell value return type doesn't work, right? Let's do a curve. Yeah? This curve is likely going to be based off the distance to the top left. So if you're at here, we want 0, let's do a kitchen and then a house, right? So if you're at the top left corner, make a house. After that, or make a kitchen. After that, I want to make sure this is negative by the time it hits 5. It can't be 0 by the time it hits 5. Actually, no, it can, because 5 is still within the range, right? We still want 5. 6 is where it needs to be negative. So this actually should work, but because this is a distance function, what's going to happen is that this block and this block are going to be the same distance away. So both of these will end up being living, I think. We'll find out right now. None of it worked. I mean, it all just disappeared. Alright, I think that's because this was in the distance. Yeah, I think if I just return a distance. Alright, if I just return the distance and do the same thing, 0 to 5, and then 5, and up. We'll just do that. Didn't like that either. Okay. That's fine. This is interesting. That's because the max distance is 5. No, I can't. I can't be. Let's do a density now. Let's just simplex, right? No, that's the choice. Don't want the choice. I don't care about choice. There's simplex. Let's just create a whole noise. So this is what I did in the beginning, right? That's what got me the initial one. Oh, this is interesting now. Is that because I have no? I notice I'm only getting kitchens. Oh, that's because we have 0 to 1, -1 to 0. There we go. Yeah, it's the same thing as before. Oh, this is what I had before, I'm pretty sure, right? Okay. How do I do this? Is it possible to return it as like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8? What if I return the x value? But this is the x density, right? It's not going to be the position. Oh, okay, I can do this. Or again, is this just one level too close? I need to back up one level. And what I mean by that is right now I'm creating all these position noise densities already at the prefab level, the grid level of 5, which doesn't allow me to return the thing I want to return. I want to return oh man, field function. Okay, let's go through this step by step. This is working fine. And now I want to do assignments for these grids, right? Maybe. No. Yeah. This assignment is happening once, right? That makes sense. It's saying, here's an assignment, and I'm going to choose one of these assignments in this 20 by 20 grid. Of course. So I can't get multiple assignments like that. Of course, this is not what I want. I got it. This is it's the union props. This is where it comes into play. Okay, so every 20 by 20 grid, right? Every 20 by 20 grid. I will do the field function assignment, but this is actually, let's actually keep this. This field assignment is actually going to be determining whether or not it's like a housing block or like a work or a work block or something like that. That's what I want from here. Okay. And now I don't even need the position cell. I can just do this directly with this. This will work like that. Okay. But the delimiters, this won't matter too much right now because it's all going to be the same. What I want here now is actually a union prop. A union prop. And the union, oops, I didn't mean to do that, will be, okay, now it will be prefabs, right? It's going to be a column prop. No. A cluster. Cluster? There is a way to do this. Offset. Offset. That's what I want. This is the offset. Okay. So offsetting. And this will be a and here's where I can like really stack it. Here's another union. This, yes, this is it. This is how I want to do it. A constant assignment, right? Let's move this up a little bit more. Okay. This is going to be a constant assignment. So here we're just going to do from, sometimes it will be a housing assignment, sometimes it will not be a housing assignment, and it will just be empty in those areas, and that's fine. Now once we get to the housing, we have a union, right? And in that union, right now we have a 20 by 20 grid. And I want to also be able to randomly assign the blocks in this 20 by 20 grid. Can I do that? Can I randomly assign it? Is there a field function for this? A density prop? Right? Is that dense? Is it the density that I want? This is a material now, though, not a prefab. A union prop. I still want. This is the offset because I can go to a prefab prop from the offset, but I can't do that from a density. So the density is not what I want. I still want prefab, but I want to be able to randomly determine these props. Let's just do the offset for now, and we'll do our prefab prop, right? I wonder if any of these molding scanners and masks can help with that. My offset is going to start at 0, 0, 0. We'll see what happens with this. And then this one's going to be, of course, at 5. Oh no, 6. I need to move it over 6. Okay. Here we're going to have directionality is like this. Weight be there. And then a scanner will be this. These will be the same as that. Okay. It looked like it broke. Some of them broke. Okay. But why did it do it at 6? Because, of course, x equals 0. So 0 to 4 is 5 blocks long, and then it's all connected. It's going to be always connected here. Okay. Now all I need to do is create like 2 other kitchens and 2 other livings to get some kind of what is it called? Randomization with that. And this is also something I want to do is just make this an assignment, right? This union prop is going to be like a housing prop. Um, okay, okay, all right. So we got this going. I need streets. I need streets. I wonder if I can just rotate this whole thing? Can I just randomly rotate the offset? It's a 3D point, and I don't think I can do anything to the 3D point, huh? Like I can't give it a random direction. This union, this constant assignment. Union prop. I wonder if I can call on cluster Q. On filler density imported, offset, weighted. Okay. I don't know if I can rotate this. I have static directionality. So this assignment, yeah, okay. I don't think. If I do this as a union, right? Do this as a union prop. Can I turn this into a column prop? The column prop wants I don't want a prefab. I just basically want to import this with a random directionality. Wow, it broke. Asset noted editor. I've only been doing this for almost an hour. That's really good. I feel like I've made quite a bit of progress. That's the imported offset, right? So I can offset it, but I can't turn it, can I? Offset cluster. Column. Because the column wants certain these prefabs. It wants a path. Constant assignment, right? How about the assignments? There's a field function size sandwich weighted in. Can't change directionality with that. What if I do an import prop? It will be just imported as is. Density. Yeah, that's not working either. I can't take this bigger prop and rotate it. I guess that makes sense a little bit. I wonder what this molding direction does. I might have to read a bit more about some of these things. Box, we don't need. Prefab. Molding, string up, down, or none. Moving. If the children also mold. Scanner as a slot. Scanner used to match the molding pattern. Used to find service to mold prefab columns too. What does that mean though? What is a molding pattern? Are you able to tell me? Oh wait, how about oh, molding the terrain. Okay. Molding the terrain. I don't need to mold the terrain. That's not something I'm gonna worry about. Oh, and look at that. It tells me where the the file folders or look for the folders. That is fun. That's okay. That's okay. I solved that issue and I'm okay. Uh, so two things I need to figure out, hopefully today or soon, is that I now have, the offset. I want to be able to determine randomly what these blocks are. It's okay if the house is here. It's okay if the house is here or here, here, or there. Like it. I don't mind having the house in different locations, but they need to be 4 blocks next to each other, right? And the rest can be the gardens of the house. Plus, once I place a house, I want to be able to randomly rotate it. So I want to create the union prop like I'm doing. How can I rotate a union prop? I don't think I can. I wonder if I make this static directionality, right, into a pattern directionality. But it won't matter because the location of this prefab is still going to be here, right? Like it's not going to move down here. It's not going to offset and rotate, which is what I kind of want it to do. If I can take a union prop and rotate it, that would be awesome. Figure it out. Cluster and column both look for column blocks, right? Which is a material. Both of those look for materials. What about masks? What do masks do? Block masks. Block masks. Defines masking for this prefab's block placement. And what does masking mean? See block mask documentation. Oh wait, okay, let's just start from the beginning of the sentence. I was reading backwards here. When I saw block mask documentation, I went to this and then this. Okay. A block mask asset can also be used to specify which materials the prefab cannot replace in the world. Okay, it cannot replace it. So that's something I'm not worried too much about. Oh, and there's the block mask documentation. Directionality. I wonder if that will help. Let's look at directionality. Determines the direction to place a probe. Pattern slot used to locate a suitable position for the probe and does not affect the prefab's direction. Random. Pattern slot used to. You know, there's a bunch of patterns for north, east, south, and west. I don't think there's anything sub of that, right? Like if I do the directionality to a pattern directionality. Initial directions north. I can't get a wall, surface, gap, cuboid, and or not block type pattern. Surface pattern. There's patterns on top of patterns on top of patterns. But like I want to be able to make okay. I need to just undo this all. Okay. I know how to do this, but I just figured it out. So I can use this simplex noise density as a way to determine the rotation of the house as well. That seems silly because basically I'm going to need to make every combination of directions instead of just being able to allow me to rotate it on an axis. I'm going to need to make I need to copy and paste this 4 times for each location of the what's it called, of the house. Each rotation of the house, I should say, which kind of stinks. All right, so like I think I can do this inside of this what's it called? Inside of this biome node, biome file. So if I export this as house, I think what I can do is just import. Can I import this? Oh wait, shoot. Constant assignment, prop, import assignment, and just go house. Right? Okay. So now here's the thing. I now need to like copy paste this 3 times or 4 times for each rotation, which is to me absolutely silly. So I can do like house, and then we'll go north facing, right? So if it faces north, then I want the kitchen. So right now it's south facing. I default it to south. So if I want to do north, it has to rotate 180, which means this now needs to be at a so the point. I think I just need to shift it down 5 and over 5. And what happens if I rotate it? If I change the direction, if I rotate it 180, is that going to work? Let's just check to see if this works first. And then, so that will shift it over, and then rotate it in this starting space. I don't think it will rotate it in the world by that. So that will give me the north facing direction. Then this one, that living, I had to the right. Now I just want to move it straight down. So I think that's the Z direction. I don't know. We'll find out. No, that's definitely correct. Z, and then also rotate this 180. Okay. Okay. Cool. That's the north facing one. So now what I can do is just say from 0 to 0.5, we're going to have the house that's north. Okay. None of them, all of them are gone. Because did it not like this assignment, maybe? It didn't like the fact that I had exported this as house north, and then I tried to import this as house north. Probably. That's probably what happened. Because it doesn't know where this X and Z Y. So I might need to just go like this. Constant assignment, go there. Alright, and then we'll go like this for house south. And everything was already set up for south, so we'll just do that. Oops, assignment, which is constant, which is this prop here. And then we'll do 0.5 to 1. Yeah, sometimes it's north, sometimes it's south. And it actually looks like it worked nicely. Okay. And then I can do the same thing for east and west. I don't like this solution at all, but hey, it is a solution. And then we can do the delimiters. Let's make 2 more delimiters halfway out here. It's just not a pretty one. So I do the positives, right? 0 to 5, 25 to 1. So here we will go -1 to -0.5, and then -0.5 to -1. I'm on 0. Alright, there we go. And then we'll do east and west. Oh, I need the constant assignment in this one. Constant assignment in this one. Okay. All right. So let's do house. We did east. Let's do east now. So if it's south facing, east facing would be a rotation to counterclockwise, right? So my kitchen needs to move down 5, and it needs to be rotated 90 degrees. 90 degrees, not 270. I guess we'll find out. And then this one needs to stay at the origin now, and it will also rotate 90. That's the east one. The west one would be the opposite of that. So it's going to be, oops, that's origin. This needs to be 0, 5. All right. Now that's, again, we're moving this to 5. We're moving this to 5, 5. We're going to rotate this to 70 now. And this one will also be 270, right? The rotations are the same. All of those rotations are okay, and the movement looks good. All right. Now, to make another kitchen. Or I should probably just build it. I don't want to mess up the water source block, I think. So we're just going to make it. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, second kitchen. Again, it'll be the top left. Go like this. And we can imagine that there was maybe a window here. Right? They tried to have a window with their stove and... Oh, you know, that probably should have been the stove. Oh well. The kitchen was there. And they probably also would have a chest for their food. Like right there. And then there's no dining in this spot. We're just gonna have a little coral. Rubble. That's why they called this rubble. It makes sense now. I like that. They probably should name or change it just for the players, so that way they know it's like it's weird that we call it rubble. I have no idea why, but to me it makes sense now. I'll do medium-sized rubble too. This one. Oh yes, okay. Medium-sized rubble. I wonder, can we even get some rocks? Do we have rocks that are bigger than that? I don't think we do. Anything else though? Oh, some staircases. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it just basically looks like a more broken piece of... Yeah, like that. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Now I can grab this. 5 up. 5 this way. 5 this way. Right, prefab. Save as house. Kitchen. Vigor 2. Alright, make another one. Let's get a few of these in here, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That's 5, okay. Alright, I don't think this will have any kitchen in here. It's just gonna be a table. Let's just make a table. Has to be a stone table though. Has to be. Because all the wood would be gone, right? I mean, we had chairs in the other one. It doesn't matter. I'll just do some wooden chairs. Who cares? Who cares? It'll be fine. Get some stools. And again, some rubble. And let's also get some different corals, yeah? Let's get some different corals. Wow, gray coral. That's interesting. White coral, sure. Let's do some green ones too. Let's make this like really colorful. I see how that works. We should definitely do this for a different piece though. And get some gray ones too. Yeah, we'll definitely want some of the statues. That would be cool. Marble brick beams. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with them, but I can't rotate it either. I can rotate it, but it's not going to be on the ground, right? Yeah. Oh, sure. No. Yeah. Alright. Cool. Sure. Just, again, for variety. And now we're going to do prefab, save, and oops, kitchen, 003. Alright. Let's go on. Let's make 2 more living rooms before we try to restart this. I want to make this interesting. I want to say a true test of what I can do here. Sure. And then we'll have, let's do marble. No. Is there any sofa, couch? There is a sofa and a couch. Those both looked horrible though. We do have the pots though. A pot. Yeah, of course, pots. What am I doing? Pots should have been in the other one. I was thinking more of a planter though. That's what I was looking for, a planter. And some of the coral together. I already have it. I don't know what else to do for a living because I guess I could put a table here. Let's put a table. No, see, and that's the thing. If I have a table in this one plus a table in what I'm drawing right now, that would be funny. They will be funny, and I don't care. There really is, you know, like a lot of considerations that you need to think about when you're making what is it called? Procedural houses and dungeons and stuff, because everything needs to make sense. Well, at least I want everything to make sense. there seaweed in here? Seaweed, yes. Good. Is there multiple seaweed? I need variety. Maybe stack. Like seaweed. There we go. One. Let's do this. Okay. Prefab slave at house living 02. Alright. Last one before we reload this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made a terrible mistake. I don't know if these are south-facing. These are south-facing. This one's south-facing. Oh, that was really close. Where's the last one? I made another one, didn't I? Oh no. I think I made them all south-facing. Okay. Oof. But this one. Yep. Nope. That's good. This one's not though. Crud. Oh, this is the kitchen. This is a kitchen. This was my other living. Okay, we're okay. Alright. Again, need to make sure that they're all the same. This has to be the corner of the house. Maybe we can do a window here as well. Something like that. Yeah. But now, this has gone away. And should we have a bench? See, like, I really don't know. Let's do pots. Let's just do more pots. I already have this pot. What else would that would survive at the bottom of the ocean in an ancient civilization that didn't have like metals? Not a lot of metals, at least. Not used for a house. I could do chairs. Yeah, we'll do some chairs. That's fine. Honestly, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna put some of this orange coral here. I can't put it on top of it. I can put it on top of it, right? Can't put it on top. I thought I had to be growing out of this. It's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go hit double space, go down. I can't place it on top. That is weird, in my opinion. Because to me, this is the kind of coral that like stacks, you know, and what you see in pictures, like this. That's what this should look like. But it's not. Can I just? Nope, doesn't like it. All right. Guess we'll just do that. Coral. Yeah, I'll do orange. Send us some yellow tubes. Yes. All right. We're good with that one. Prefab, save as house, living, 003. Alright, now, Not that one. This one. We're gonna have to take all of these prefabs, cut them, move them into my prefabs. We're gonna put them here for now, so that way we can go living. No, they all need to go into the house. And then living here, kitchen here. Alright, and now, since I have put these into the folders and not individual files, when I save this and reload it, it'll be randomly assorted with all of the new stuff. These got very lucky. Nice. Alright, now I have quite a bit of, let's go one, delete that, Now we have a bit of variability in both their direction and their composition. Now we need to make gardens on the outside. It'll look nice. Alright, I don't want to take a break yet. I mean, like, end the day. I do just want somewhat of a break. I want to keep thinking about how to... I don't know if I need to rotate these. Maybe I just need... Let's work on assignments. So, in Hytale, they have something called assignments. So you see the Hytale generator, and you have assignments. A lot of these, what they do is, so like, let's say you have trees. So let's go back here and just load one up. Okay. Plains 1. Plains 1 oak. Sure. So all these props, what you see is that all they do is that they'll import an assignment. Plains 1 oak cave moss. Okay. And what that means is that it goes here to the assignments folder. And it goes Plains 1 oak cave moss. And it will do this whole thing inside that assignment. So these files contain actually, like, you know, a huge amount of data, because they're referencing a bunch of other files with all these different assignments. I mean, obviously that's how you make things more efficient, if you're going to use the same thing multiple times. That for sakes of RAM, you know. We're all going to need a lot more RAM in the future. So yeah, I need to make sure I can learn how to do this too, which is like, I think all I need to do is just root field function assignments. Like, I think this needs to be a root. That's all I need to do is make it. I do. Is there a way to create this? Because they look the same. They're just JSON files, but the what is it called? Go to root is, this is a root node. Oops, wait, realms. This is assignments, that's why. So I do want to make, see, I already set up the files, the folders for it because that's what I want to do. But here, biomes, realms, Atlantis. And this is the root, you know, the biome root. So if I were to just make a new one, can I just make a new one? Asset, this is node editor. Yeah, I can, it looks like. Selector roots. Set selected node as root. Okay, okay. So if I just do like open this one, and then I just need to copy paste this, right? So if I do this, copy, and then we'll do no, here, cancel. Want again, I want to copy. I'm going to now do this assignment. No, I don't want assignment. Let's do biome. Planes, nope, realms. I'm going to now. I'll need to recopy it. So I'll just copy this now. Copy paste. I'll just copy. This will be like a test. All right, we're just changing that. This. Copy. Open test. Or what I could have done was just change this. So just copy paste that and then do set select node as root, right? That's what I could have done. And then just delete everything else. Everything else is deleted. And then I have my constant assignment, which I can do as house north. I'll save as realms test. Atlantis house north. And then we just need to move this here. So delete this one. Or cut this one. Assignments, realms, Atlantis, paste. Atlantis. Okay. I need to open. Constant assignment. Another thing I need to export that. Let's open Atlantis 26. Now instead of doing a constant assignment, I can just delete all of this and do an imported assignment. That is house. Oops, that's not what I did at all though. This one. Oh wait, no, I did. I think I named it, or I didn't name it that, but oh, what the? The node biome. Saving override this. Saving override this file and erase this field. Okay. Okay. Huh? So it didn't like that. Huh? It didn't like that. Okay. So maybe what I can do then is just So let's open up 186 again. This is still 186. Let's open up 186. Okay. Let's go to assignments. Let's open up a whole different one to node editor. We're going to open up an assignment. Let's just do any assignment, doesn't really matter. Hopefully it doesn't have too much stuff in it. We're going to now delete all of it. We don't want to delete all of it, we need to make a copy of it. Oh, what am I doing? Whoa! Alright. Forest 1 is our assignments. Plains 1. Trees, deeper trees, copy. Realms, Atlantis, paste. Okay. Here we're gonna rename it as well, realms. Should we delete this one? Should we delete this one? We're gonna call it realms Atlantis House North. And we're gonna open it up. Nope. Open it up using the node editor. Open it up using the node editor. Which will look exactly the same now. This is Realms Atlantis North House North, so delete this. We're going to go to our other Realms Atlantis. We're going to copy this. We're going to paste it here. We're going to say delete. And we're going to say that this we're exporting as a House North. Save House North. Maybe of course we could say Atlantis House North. Okay. Good. Now, that's 1. This is Atlantis 6. We'll delete this. We're going to delete this. We're going to do import assignment of Atlantis House North. Save. I mean, nothing should look different because the import is working. All of these have 2. All of them have 2. None of them got cut out. An easy way to check this, that the North version worked, is to do a constant assignment. No, this is an import assignment. Is it constant assignment prop cluster prop? No, I want offset prop. Prop is a imported prop, not imported assignment. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna figure this out a little better. Let's just do this right here, which is going to be simplex noise, just to see if it's working. So that way, half the time the north face version should just be gone, just to make sure that this imported one is working. So this one's north facing, right? This one's north facing. So those should just, or half the time they'll disappear. Roughly half. And it's gone. Half the time. Alright. So my assignment seems to be working, and I can simplify this even further by putting all of these in here into a single assignment, so I don't need to constantly or have this huge, all four of these like this. This can be deleted now. Do this. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom now and just take a break for a second. Get some water. I just need some time. And then I want to think more about how to design my infinite, because it has to be infinite since it's a single biome, infinite area, my infinite city. And then I just need to make a lot more props. I think that's mostly what I'm doing. I have, I want to finish the houses though, at least, so I can do the, we have the house. I mean, we have the kitchen and the living, and then we can do maybe like a foyer. We'll have the front door area, and then like I don't know, a bedroom. We can have like one bed or something, or maybe two beds in another section of the house. Add those to the house, and then add some gardens, and have the gardens outside. Then we'll need to change this because I need. I will. I probably not. The props are probably, yeah, they're all gonna have to be on a single thing. So I'm gonna need to increase this and create smaller subdivisions. That's gonna be a fun. That's, where more of the thinking and math will come from, which is something I always like to do. So yeah, we'll take a break from here, and then I'll probably hopefully stream for another hour around till noon. But until then, we're gonna let's see if this works. I think I have my take a break screen there. Hopefully that means it is off. No. Is it on? This one? No. This one. Nope. Oh no, it is. It is. I did do it. Okay. I need to make sure I just now that I am streaming more regularly, I should probably get my Be Right Back page actually working instead of having it just be black, and make sure all my buttons work, and I can do this more professionally, you can say. Alright, I think this is also my mute button. I think that put me back on, not mute, right? Alright. And then I also have one to go back to the screen. Alright, so let's keep it going here. I want to experiment a bit more with the prefabs and the loaded oops, I don't want to shut off my phone. I want to keep it open so I can see. I want to experiment more to see if I can rotate a prefab. Like, the way the prefab path only has this node to it, right? And this prefab prop is only this is this prop. There's nothing I can do with this prop either, right? I can't offset the prop. I can, that's what I'm doing right here actually. I can't offset that. But there's no rotation of a prop, is there? Like, I can't take a prop that I already have and rotate it, I don't think. The cluster prop and weighted props, I can. Oh. Yeah, no. Column. The cluster prop is just a bunch of column props. And the column props are not prefabs. Density. The density also is just a material. This material here. So yeah, I think all of this rotation, how I'm doing it now, is probably the only way to do it. Which kinda stinks, because that means I always have to have it. Oops. That means it's always going to be, maybe I should redo this here, don't save. It's always going to be kitchen, living, and then what, like in the foyer there, plus bed, right? It's always going to be this. It's always going to be this or a rotation of it. I can't have a foyer, kitchen, bed, living, right? I can't do this combination and rotate them. I don't think, right? Unless I do just get. Let's see. Is there a way to do that? So if I work on a house only, right? So let's do like this 2D mesh position, right? Like I kind of want to open this up. So this is the house, right? This is my house prop, and I have it specifically for house north. I can change it to just house, right? This is a constant assignment. What if I do, instead of a constant assignment, a field function assignment, right? And we have the field function being cell noise. But I can't have it be cell noise because I need to make sure I have one of each, right? So, because the noise gives me random numbers of a 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1 is kitchen, then it's all going to be kitchen. It's going to be 4 kitchens. I don't want that. I want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4 in a random position. Can I do that? List positions. This might work. Cell noise density. All right. How do this could be it? How do I make sure that now this is going to give me specific points, right, for the cell noise. I still need to return a density. the density is where the thing is, you know, this is where it's going to be difficult to return the right type. Because I want to have a 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to randomize the 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I need to return that as a 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way I can have the delimiters be 1, 2, 3, 4. The positions. This is the exact positions of the cell noise, right? I don't know if that's it. Choice density delimiters. Because this is what I'm returning. I'm returning a density. The density has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, but in a randomized order. What if these are the positions I'm returning, right? These are the positions I'm returning. Wait, but if I do the delimiters as whatever this returns. No, oh, okay. So this will always be the same, right? The delimiters will always be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4 being, you know, whatever, bed, living, kitchen. The field functions what determines where those 1, 2, 3, 4s get placed. I think I do want lists because I want specific places. Those specific places will be my 0, 0, 5, 5, and then 5, 5. Right? So these are the specific places that I want for this cell noise. And then the cell noise, though, how do I make sure I return 1, 2, 3, 4 randomly? That is the question. I mean, I need noise. That's 100% true. I need the noise. But I need to guarantee I don't return the same number twice. How do I do that? I need a density curve, don't I? I don't think that will work, though. I mean, a curve mapper. Because a curve mapper... right? It's going to input this. No, this is a constant. This doesn't matter. It's a constant. Curve mapper because if I input a noise function, right, and I say like, all right, from where's the curve? Manual curve, right? If I do like -1 to, if I do like -1, I need to subdivide this into 4, which would be 0.5, right? It would be 0.5 each. How would I do this though? I could do like 1 goes to 1, 0.5 goes to 2, and etc. Right? 0 goes to 3, and then -0.5 goes to 4. I mean, these are going to be linear things, and so it's going to be. I guess I would still need to do 1 to 0.5 or 1 to 2 to get the numbers in between. But anyway, this could still be. I could still end up with like 1, 2, 2, 2, right? I don't have to get one of each. So how can I make sure to get one of each number? I don't think there is a way to guarantee one of each number here. Let's take all of this and move it, yeah? That way we can have a bit more space and we won't mess it up with what we have up there. As we're thinking. So this is what would be fun. I'm happy to do this. I just also don't want to waste too much time because I also want to make a good, what looks like a good biome. So I need to make sure I make lots of prefabs this week because I can get a pretty good looking thing just based off what I have. I just want to randomize the houses because this is what will hopefully lead me into like creating really cool dungeons, right? This is really what I want to do, is make a bunch of cool dungeons that you can throw into your world. That will be fun for me. I just don't know how to do it. This will help me. I want randomized things. I need to make sure it's only numbers 1 through 4 though. And I can't make any like ifs. Is there any other ways to do this? I do want just a constant curve, huh? 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, rather than having these points here. Right. I'm thinking about how I can get a spread of random numbers. That's what I have. I have a spread of random numbers. How can I select them all so they're not this? I can just get one of each that are different, not try to get any that are the same. Alright, I'm essentially wanting this. I'm going to have a visual here. Visuals are good. I'll save this. So, I can imagine my noise as a curve already, and this is what I don't want when I have a curve, right? Because if I have this, choosing this point and this point will give me the same number. And I don't want it because they're at the same elevation, right? This is what I want to avoid. I want to avoid curves that curve back up on them. I want to have this perfect increase, always increasing function. That's what I want. I want a random, always increasing function, though. Does that do it? No, because then it's just whatever order this is in. Yeah, of course. It's always just going to give me these in order. So no, that's not what I want either. That's not what I want either. How can I get a noise map to like generate random numbers? That's all I want to do. How do I generate random numbers? So I can assign these in a random way. I want to take 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want to randomize these up. Is there another way to do that? I don't want weights here because a weight doesn't guarantee I get the other ones. Is there's the other noise maps? I think this is the only noise map, right? I do have constant stuff. I do have these. Multiplier max. This is just ways to change the density that I already have. Clamp it, take the absolute value of it. Square, right? Position cell noise density. Scalar. Gradient warp, vector warp. Rotator density. Cute. Switch state. Mix, multi-mix. Cache angle. Plane density. No, I don't think those help. I wonder if this would even work right here like this. Alright, do we want to try it? So we're going to take our north one. We're just going to call it house. Okay. I don't know if I want to do all this right now. And I'm getting a little tired actually suddenly. What is this? Creating this field function. Because so the simplex is giving me a random number. So basically I can make a random number between 1 and 4. That's not hard. The hard part is that I'm asking it to give me 4 random numbers. And any of which can be the numbers 1 through 4. Rather than, here's the numbers 1 through 4, rearrange them. Can I take the numbers 1 through 4 and rearrange them? So I'm going to have I want constant densities 1, 2, 3, and 4. But where they are, let's look at the switch state one again, because that was interesting. I forgot about that switch one. The switch, I wonder if it allows us to pick and choose certain things. Switch. This also do switch between multiple density branches based on the contextual switch state. The switch state is a string that can be replaced in the context of a density tree using a switch state density node. This default switch state of a density tree is default. Below the example, I use default branch alongside 2 other branches. Switch density, switch cases, case state. The arrows show which branches the important density tree will take. So case state is base. Yeah, I'm not sure how to use that. It sets the contextual switch state for the downstream density branch. See the switch documentation above for an example use case. Where the switch state is set to base, the green line shows the nodes whose context is affected. This branch will never have the switch state set to base. Well, I don't know. I think I need a different example. Alright, that I don't think is gonna help. I wonder. What if I can use the rotator? Maybe I can do something smart. So, luckily, I just want to build a grid. And I want to determine what to place in here. So, what if I use the rotator? The rotator, I can guarantee something that's here, 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 here. The noise function can determine which number it is. No, I don't think I'll do it. I don't think I can use the noise function to determine a random number. So I can't rotate it depending on that. Like I need, yeah, I don't think that'll work, right? That's slot or scale, not slide, scale. Smooth clamp, clamp. I think all of these need to be, yeah, none of them can be randomized. The ellipsoid curve. Distance. There has to be a way to do this. And this is what always got me caught up before I started taking on this challenge. Trying to do a certain thing, even if I got stuck on it. Oh, it's been hours and hours trying to do it without making progress on other things. But it is already 11:44. I'm kind of out of time. So instead, I will just spend the next 15 minutes thinking about this. And if I can't figure it out, I guess I will just give up on it until some other time. Alright, so simplex noise density. What if I just take the x value of it? That'll still just it'll give me exactly this curve that I was looking at before. Which is not what we want, is it? Did it zoom in just now by itself? That's weird. Am I able to take this noise density and rearrange it in a way almost like a percentage. Like if 70%. So like if I'm so we can start here maybe, and I don't know. So I was just thinking, if we just check the first part here, you can find out if it's, in one of the quadrants of -1 to -0.5 to 0 to 0.5 to 1, right? One of those four quadrants. If you look here, you can determine which one of these you start in. So the kitchen can be randomly placed. That's not the issue what we have, right? It's after that. The issue we have is once this is determined to be the kitchen, how can I randomly assign this here? I don't know. Because it's a smooth curve, and the next part, whatever this is, the next part of it will be here. If I kind of just, you can imagine wrapping it around, like this is going to be the same answer every time. I can just determine the first quadrant with it, but I don't want just that. I want to determine randomly the next one without repetition, without repeating. Oh my getting all these messages. What do you need? What do you want from me? Leave me alone. mean, how I have it right now too, I can just go like this. Right here. And then change all these point states delimiters to the 4 that we want. And all these will be constants. Right, so -1 to -0.5, that will be 1. Come on, 1. -0.5 to 0 will be 2. And from 0 to 0.5 will be 3. 3. And from 0.5 to 1 will be. That's that. I have a random number generator. But it will repeat values. Which is one of the things that I don't want to do. Repeat the values. If I have a random assortment of numbers like 3, 3, 1, 4, can I guarantee a change to one that I want? Like changing one of the 3's to a 2. But I can't do that algorithmically. I don't think. Basically, the 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I was thinking the sum of that would be. It's not unique though. You know, what is that? 4, 3, 2, 1 is 10. And you can easily get there by having 4, 4, 1, 1 as well. So I can't add them up to check to make sure that there's one of each. I have 4, 3, 3, 1. What if I have 4, 3, 3, 1? How can I find this one of the 3's and change it to a 2? I don't think I can. That seems hard. Because I can't ask if questions. I just have to assign it. But I can't assign it. Oof. I don't know if I can do this. I mean, this is still going to be really cool, regardless. I just don't know how. Get the 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no! Wait, I have this minimized. How? I don't. Yeah, if I blow up the scale, I'm more likely to get the same one. So if I lower the scale, I'll probably get more randomness. Does that randomness? It doesn't guarantee that I get a 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just increases the chance. Um, so when I choose the random number, can I do anything to it to guarantee that it's not one of the numbers I had before? No, I can't. Since every creation of the random number is like an isolated event, I can't reference the other numbers. So there's no way to there's no way to guarantee it. That can't be true. I refuse to believe it. We have a list. What about occurrence positions? I haven't looked at positions enough. Let me look at positions. Positions provider. Come on. You gotta give me something. Creates a rash of random points on a 2D plane. Generates a random point distribution in space. Anchor sphere. Masks out the positions that are farther than the provided range from its origin. Field function enables masking out positions using density. The limits determine the reach in the density field where positions are kept. Currents. Offset. Basic union, simple horizon, cache. Cache is the output provided by the position slot to improve performance in certain situations. This asset can be useful to improve performance when a position asset is expensive and queried numerous times. How effective this cache is depended heavily on the use case. The provided child positions asset and the order in which it is queried. You can get the best performance of this cache asset by trial and error. An example of a good use case of this asset is at the root of an expensive position tree. used by a positioned 2D, 3D density node. I recommend that you don't use this cache everywhere in your position tree, but rather choose a great place to at or close to the root of your position tree as a tree. The cache functions by saving 3D sections of space containing the positions point generated by the child slot. The sections are cubes, and their size is determined by the asset's section size parameter. The number of sections allowed to save by this cache is determined by the cache size asset parameter. So this is probably what I want to do too to cache it. I probably will need to cache it my positions for each city block. I think. I don't even know how it's going to work, but we'll find out. That doesn't help the inventory, but I think I'll need to cache there. Like, determines the chance of keeping this position. Like, that sounds good. I mean, that sounds good. Regions of rare and regions of dense. Like, that's good. I can't, like, make a chain, I don't think. Like, that doesn't sound like it would be very good either. Like, if I have a position. Yeah, it's just a chance of it being kept, because it doesn't mean that I'll re-roll it if it's not within the right range, right? If I have a 4-4-3-3, I'm not gonna re-roll the 4 and the 3 to make sure it's a 2 and a 1. It's just gonna ax them out, ax them, x them out, ax them, whatever. I don't know. Is there a way to go like this? So maybe I can think about it a different way. Alright, so I have a position field, and it's going to be always going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Always. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Can I move these in a way that will guarantee 1 in a spot just randomly? So, like, so 1 is going to end up. So if I have a circle again, 1 is going to rotate around until at a random spot. So like this would be like -1 to 1, right? It's going to go whoop into a certain spot. Can I guarantee that 2 won't end up in this area and it just ends up in some other spot? That kind of sounds like the occurrence. No, it doesn't, because again, if I drop the 2 on this spot where 1 is, all it does is just eliminate the 2. It won't re-roll it. Oh, crud. 2, 3, 4. Wait a second. What if I just multiply these by random numbers? It's okay. This is probably the best way of doing this. I think I got a solution. This might be the best way, but there's still a chance that it doesn't work. But I think it becomes a very, 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 very small chance, like a one in a billion. So basically, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna multiply them by the x value of a 2D simplex, right? So I'm gonna get random numbers here from -1 to 1, and then I'll multiply them, right? And so, or rather, maybe assign them. So then 1 will go to, like, so if I have -1 to 1, -1 to 1, 1 will end up sometimes right here, 2 might end up right there, 3 might end up over there, and 4 might end up over there because it's random from the simplex, right? And then now I have a new ordering because 1 goes to, yeah, it'll have a new ordering. Okay? Okay. And then I just renormalize it. Do I even need to renormalize it? Can I just read it off from here? I don't think I can read it off from here. How would I even read it off from here? What does that mean? I create a curve. So I take my density field, which will start as I will take my density field, which is going to start as kitchen and living, dining and foyer. Not dining, bedroom, sure, whatever. Bedroom, foyer. This is going to be a -1.5 or -0.5, 0.5, and a 1. Okay? Multiply them by a simplex field, which will jumble these up. Right? It could end up being like multiplying this by 0.8, so I get -0.8. Okay? This might be multiplied by -0.25, so this would be 0.25, etc., etc. So this will be, I'll never get 1 though, because unless these are 1s themselves, which is possible. And then we'll do, 0.2 and 0.6, right? What I want to do now is stretch them back out. So put them in ascending order, right? Essentially, this should be going to -1. Like, it's normalizing. That's what I was thinking. I can normalize it because then this can go back to 0.5. All right. Oh no, this one can go back to 0.5. This will go back to -0.5. This one will go back to 0.5. And then this one will go back to 1. So I just rearrange them and then normalize it. I don't know how that's going to work though, because I don't know the range. of these. Also, the amount that it changes is not going to be linear. Like this only needs to move 0.2, but this needs to move all the way down to, or this 0.2 needs to go all the way down to negative 0.5, right? So I feel like this is close to a solution, but I don't know how to I got these numbers from ascending order, and I multiply them by something, and it changes their order. But how do I reorder them, right? So I have like a KLBF. It's so close. It's so close, so close. I don't want to offset this. I don't know what I want to do. No. This is positions provider anyway. I don't need density. I'm so close, I think. So close. Because I've gone, I can do this, and then I can rearrange it to this. But I just need to, it won't go always to these quarter quadrants, right? It's not going to always go to -1, -0.5, 0, and 0.5. One in each quadrant. Sometimes they might end up in 2. Right? I just need to normalize it somehow so it knows how to go back there. But like if I end up with 2 really close to each other like this, like normalizing it's going to make these really close into the same quadrant again. These two will still be close. Normalizing just keeps their proportions. Their proportions equidistant, equiproportional. I don't know. But I do have a new order on the number line. That's the key. I mean, that has to be the key. I went from being in order to being in a random order. How do I get this random order in a usable state? How do I get it in a usable state? Bound positions. I don't think bound positions will do anything though. Like I don't think any of these positions that providers will be good enough. Oh man, come on. Wait, what does the field function positions do? This is what I was reading before. Why can't I remember all this information all at once? Enables masking out of positions using density. Masking out of positions, right? It masks out. It doesn't. It's not gonna redo it, right? Yeah. No, I already. Okay, I know. Understand this. So I have a list of positions. Can this list of positions actually? You know what we can do? We can go like this backwards. We can have a list of positions. Can I do what can I do with them? I can do some twist or cell noise. I can do something with the field function. I can do something with the props. So I can basically say like, hey, from the get-go, I can just define these 5 things, 5 points, rather than having to shift them over, right? I can just say, here's my list of positions, put a prop in each one. I think that will work, right? That's what it is. Positions, right? Yeah. It's all about these assignments. How? I mean, and this is that assignment here. Is there another kind of assignment? What assignments are there? Constant field, sandwich weighted. Ordered. I wonder if anyone else has done this, so I don't have to spend too much time on this. You know, I'll take a solution at this point. I'll take one instead of having to figure it out. Does anyone else have a solution to this problem? I have. Do I want to call it a pattern? Dang it. It's already 12:20 now. I really gotta get off. I really gotta get to do some homework. I need to do some homework today. I wonder what the purpose of a union is. It's a union prop. You're taking a bunch of other prefabs and sticking them together. But once you stick them together, like, is there any? I mean, I guess like this. I guess like this. Union prop. This offset is the problem too, right? Because this offset is determining exactly where I place it in the house, which I don't want to do. Right? So like this union prop here, I have a dent. No, it's not a density. It wouldn't work with the density weighted. But can you choose the weight? It's just the same thing. Okay. Um, Rather than offsetting, can I choose? I can't choose. Again, I cannot choose, huh? A random point. Um, so let's say I load them all up into the same square, right? So I have 4 of these on the same square. I want to now move them in a randomized way. I do not. There's not a possibility of just listing out every different way to rearrange these, but that does not seem like a good idea. That seems like a very bad idea. There should be an easier way to do this. I don't want to give up. I can't. Okay, I need to stop though. I hate stopping not knowing the answer. I either want to find out the answer immediately by just Googling it, but it's not going to be there, or I figure it out. One of those two. It's so frustrating to have to end this in the middle of my research. But hey, gotta do what I gotta do. It's hard. It's hard. Thank you though for having joined me for today. Um, I will be streaming Thursday, I think. Let me check my schedule. Pretty sure I have nothing. Yeah, I'll stream Thursday as well. I just have homework to do. I need to finish all this. I'll be spending my off time making prefabs. So hopefully, by Thursday I'll have a bit more, and the city will start looking good. Um, yeah, yeah. All right. Hopefully you all have a wonderful day, and